Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be an epic game between Railgan and Milka here on Thunderbird, the latter edition. Both of these players has sent me replays, so you don't know who's going to win, and I don't know who's going to win either. Top left-hand corner is the red zerg player Railgan, and in the bottom right-hand corner is the blue Protoss player Milka. Both of them have sent in epic replays against other people, so I am very, very excited to cast this. ZVP. My favorite matchup, two players I really respect, and this is a 13-14. 13 extractor, 14 pool off of one base. Good thing you are probe scouting, Milka. Good thing indeed. Not cannon rushing, just probe scouting, because it's a good thing he's not probe scouting. Or, hang on. Good thing he's not cannon rushing, because this early pool will shut down any cannon rush known to man. Probe's like, hey, that's an early gas. Hey, that's an early pool. Hey, there's not a base down here. This is really, really weird. This is weird, man. What is going on? He's continuing to scout. Maybe he cancels the pool? Nope. Not at all. Sixlings immediately. What the heck is this skin? What are these drones? I'm not entirely sure which skin Railgan is using, but I think it's interesting. Probe's like, was there a drone hiding and there's a hatchery coming up? No. All right, man. So double gateway, cybernetics core walling off immediate chrono boost of a zealot. That is the correct response here to sixlings coming across the map at 1 minute and 30 seconds. Milka's going to be just fine. Just fine indeed. This is why you scout, you guys. If you had not scouted, these sixlings would have showed up. Milk would have been like, oh, hang on a second. I'm waiting for an adept to pop. Blah, 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 blah. And then everything would die. Maybe not everything, but it would be pretty hard to come back from if you are Milka. Speed. All right. Speed. And are you not expanding, Railgan? At a lair? What is happening right now? He's one basing versus a very clearly two basing Protoss right now. Zealot comes out. Rah, rah. Oh, what an absolute great positioning there on that Zealot. That is just beautiful. Hang on. The Lings get a bit of a surround here. More Zealots are going to pop out, and there we go. There it is. Switching off. Oh, one Zealot does go down. A couple Lings get inside the house, but overall, I think we're okay. There's an Adept now. A couple Lings come in for the Scout. Not a huge problem at all. They're not going to be able to do much by way of killing probes here. We've seen this more often in Brood War, though, where a couple Lings do manage to get inside the Protoss house, and they're annoying more than anything else. What the heck is going on, Railgan? You are sitting... My gosh, you don't have that many workers. You have 14 workers on one base. Zergling's continuing to just wreck stuff up here. Did that Adept die? There's no way that Adept died. Oh, hang on. There's a shield battery coming up, but it wasn't there yet. Maybe it did die. Maybe it did go down. Either way, a couple Lings hiding back here. Ready to get some more stuff done, but no, not going to happen at all. Adept's causing problems. And that's a Nydus. That is a Nydus network off of one base from Railgun. He is cruising speedlings across the map right now. I feel like these are mechlings just because they are burning when they die, and that's usually a sign that it's some kind of a mech skin. But, alright, so there's a zergling inside the house, but now the stalker should be able to chase it down with a good angling anyway. That was not good angling. No shots at all. So many Lings at the front door here, and the Nydus network is almost done. Second gas. Whoa, hang on. Canceling the second gas instantly. Like, as he takes it somehow, some way here. This is very weird. 21 to 13 workers. Milka is probing up like everything is okay. He feels like he's way ahead because Railgun has so many Lings. What he doesn't expect here is the Nydus. He is patrolling, though. Is he looking for a Nydus network? He might be. He might know the one thing that Railgun's going to be able to do to him is throw up a Nydus and cause him some major problems. So he has great vision on every area of his base, with the exception of this corner right here, but Railgun has no vision on that, so he can't Nydus it. Lings at the front door are going to try to knock down the cyber core. No. Adept and two Stalkers going to kill every one of your Lings before that thing dies, especially with shield battery support. So I don't know where this Nydus is going to go up here. Queen's getting tossed in here. We got Queens and Lings all over the place. There it is. There is the Nydus. He's attacking the front while at the same time throwing up the Nydus Swarm at the back door. Can the Lings break down the front? Can the Nydus Swarm erupt here? Where are the rest of the units? And yeah, it does die. Only two Lings get in. Another one on the way right now, trying to throw up additional pylons and additional shield batteries. One of the gateways goes down. The Lings are coming through. Look at that. He knows exactly how much he needs to kill this thing before it pops. And he holds. He holds here. Another Nydus Swarm coming up inside the main. They are so cheap right now. The zerglings are going to take down another gateway, but shield batteries, cannons would be really nice here, but that's not going to happen at all. Yeah, Zealot holding the door, shield battery healing him, cybernetics core goes beyond, everybody's inside the house. Lings and queens are ready to rock here. It's 31 to 13 workers. That's going to cause that's going to be problematic for sure here. Probes are fighting. There's a bit of shield battery support, but not anymore as the shield battery is out of energy right now. Creep tumors are spreading. Railgan throwing out the... Another Nydus worm coming up. He's still one-basing this. I kind of feel like Milka can possibly stabilize here. Lings are trying to kill this Adept, but she's being infinitely healed up by shield batteries. The main base might just end up going down. Milka, another Nydus worm erupts inside the natural base now. Replacement cybernetics core getting focused down a little bit. Now there's an immortal, though. Immortals, we've seen in this situation, immortals cause major problems for zergs that are trying this Queen Ling thing. We saw a laser and Haz, I want to say, turn into an incredible match. Without question. Another one. Another Nydus worm coming up. Immortal, get it. Immortal, get that Nydus worm. You can't allow it to finish. Can you kill it at this point, though? I don't know. Close. It's dead now. A bunch of Lings do come in here, but my golly, this is insane. They're holding position. A lot of probes are going down. It's 12 workers for Milka at this stage right now. I mean, Railgan is pretty much all in here, though. He is expanding now at the 6.5 minute mark. Creep spread into the main base. Lings pulling up to safety. They could actually exit out of this Nydus worm. Another Nydus worm coming up. This is sort of how I've been playing multiplayer 3v3 these days on ladder, is just going a million Nyduses all the time. Just kind of harassing that way, and then letting my teammates kind of do the more frontal assault style thing, and it doesn't work as much as I want it to. Unfortunately, spines coming up from Railgan. 20 to 13 workers. Railgan has been droning up a little bit behind this, fully saturated off of one base here. 2 workers on gas, just enough for consistent Nydus play here. And the zergling's going to try to take down a pylon. Seriously, though, cannons, I really feel like it'd be worth their weight in gold, but just shield batteries upon shield batteries upon shield batteries. Railgan owns this happy and owns the main base, and is trying to pick off some probes. Nice pull on that probe there from Milka. But yeah, the Ling's pulling back in. We got some spines being built inside the main base. That's going to be useful if you can get up on top of that ramp. Ling's trying to see what they can do here, but I don't know. I don't know if there's anything left to do. It's 20 to 12 workers. Meanwhile, some Immortals getting dropped in. What? Mortal drop, War Prism. Milka says, I can't just sit on my back foot here. I gotta try to do this thing. Gotta try to be aggressive here as well. And you know what? It's kind of working for him. He's trying to pick off that Queen. He's trying to get shots off on this natural base. He's backing himself into a corner. He can just lift. No big deal. Nice transfuse on that Queen, keeping it alive. And the War Prism does manage to get the heck on out of there. This is an absolutely insane match so far. Technically, one base to one base. As Railgan is not mining at all from his natural base whatsoever. 20 to 15 workers. Probes killed is 30 probes have died. And exactly 56 Lings. And that's about it for Railgan have gone down. Another Nydus attempt. That's not hidden. It's not even hidden. Milka, get your Immortal up there and take it down. He's not even trying. He's not even trying. He's worried about these spines, and then that thing pops up. And meanwhile, Immortals are going to town on the natural base, doing serious amounts of damage over there. Hydra's popping out. The Hydra tech. Here from Railgan. Hydras do pretty well, both against War Prisms and against Immortals. The juggling is pretty fancy. Lings getting force fielded, and spine crawlers from the high ground. Remember what I was talking about? That's such a problem for everybody down here. Shield batteries are getting the workouts of their lives today. That Nydus Worm is still up. It is still up. The double Immortals are still alive here from Milka. He is fighting hard on the other side of the map. That gateway is going to get taken down by these spines. He's absolutely cannon rushing at 9 minutes against the Protoss. And throwing up a Nydus Worm back home, which I guess he's worried about maybe getting force fielded out of his own main. That would be a good way to do it. That Nydus Worm erupts and explodes. And by erupting, I mean explodes and dies in fire. Nydus Worm comes up. Milka's worried about this for a minute. Then decides, never mind. Immortal versus Spine Crawlers, though, pretty good. Especially with shield battery support. Ling's all getting wrecked. Picking off yet another probe there on the gas. Another one might go down, but the Immortals do okay. They do okay enough here against the Lings to clean it up. Army supply, 31 to 22. It is basically just a bunch of immortals here. We've got detection now, so let's clean out our main base and maybe retake it at some point here too. Lings and Hydras are present. Nice force fields. Keeping them away. The Nydus Worm gets focused down. All of the Hydras die. And Milka gets a major victory there, wiping out a large portion of Railgan's army and cleaning out all evidence, all of the buildings that existed within his main. He can probably expand back into his main now, if I had to guess here. 29 to 16 workers, though. Good golly, Railgan is up big time when it comes to that. He's going to push. Looks like he's going to push here, but a lot of Lings on the way, a lot of Hydras on the way, but it's basically going to be an immortal sentry position here, which, if you don't have Ravagers, can be pretty darn hard to deal with. So the Lings do scout it. Railgan knows it's coming. That's something that you need to work on, especially if you're a Zerg player, is knowing what is coming, knowing what is going to kill you soon, and then preparing for it excellently. Throwing up some spines, which aren't going to do all that much against the Immortals, but it will help. It'll help enough here. Overlord dies, doesn't end up supply blocking Railgan, as he's okay with that. Lings ready to come and wrap around the backside. Hydras at the front. 2 spines ready to go. 1 spine just about present. Another Nydus coming up inside the main base. Railgun, are we going to base race this thing? Is that what this is at 11 minutes? Going to be just a straight up base race. Third base? No. Oh, is he going to shuttle into the main? He's going to try to shuttle into the main base here. Immortals wandering about here. Milka trying to retake a main base while all this is going on. The shuffling has just been fantastic. The juggling, very good here from Milka. I'm telling you, this guy is great. I saw him take down a Terran player that was out of his league, effectively, in a match. I mean, that was one of my patron games that ended up showing up on the channel later. It was so good. So dang good. Yeah, no main base for you, Milka. That's not going to happen, friend. Too many Lings and too many Hydras. Milka does not like what he sees here at all. He's got a lot of energy for force fields, though. And good force fields, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about here. Trying to kill as many of these Lings and Hydras as he can without taking any losses whatsoever, and that was pretty good. That was a pretty dang clean engagement for Milka right there. A lot of stuff died, and I don't think he lost anything in that engagement. Resources lost are pretty even, 5,300 to 5,200. Railgun's lost a tiny bit more. Need to kill this Nydus Worm, guys. So a couple Zealots do wander up, and they might get started on that. And then there's the recall on home as, yes, everybody is here, in fact. Railgun taking advantage of the instantaneous transfers, forcing a cancel on the main base for Milka. Milka is not allowed to have a main base in this game, it would turn out. These Hydras do not want to engage with this. I don't know. Additional Lings are streaming in. Sentry's doing some good work there. The Stalkers are pretty much useless in this situation. Hydras focusing down the... Oh my gosh, the Immortals refuse to be focused down, though. 18 kills and 19 kills. And 23 kills on these Immortals. Just refusing to die. They're like Blink Stalkers here. He needs charge lots. I really feel like he needs to get charge lot, but I don't think he's had time to get that tech. He's only been on one base for such time here. Another Nydus Worm erupting. Railgun is absolutely abusing the Nydus Worm in this game. The Immortals are going to be the last things to die here as they are prioritized in the pickup game. Nydus Worm. Is anybody going to use it, though, is the question. My gosh, these Immortals. I'm not even kidding. 23, 22, 26 kills. Hydras and Lings cruising on into the natural base. Nobody really stopping them at all. Robotics Bay, major target for them. Going to take that out, no problem. Hydra DPS is insane. It's just their little glass cannons generally, and they can't stand up to much punishment. Even though Immortals don't do bonus damage versus Hydras, Hydras just have so few hit points, it doesn't matter. They die to a lot of stuff here. Hey, look, main base is done for Milka, but guess who's hitting it? More Hydras are here. He's just bouncing back and forth between these Nydus Worms. I don't know if this can be saved, man. I know the base is going to go. It's going to go down. A little bit later than expected. Another Nydus Worm coming up. Milka has learned to hate the sound of Nydus Worms with all of the love in his heart. Colossus here, though. You know what? Colossus, maybe not a bad idea versus Ling Hydra. Kind of liking it a lot, actually, out of Milka. Brilliant choice. Where does... Oh, his Robotics Bay died, but he was already making a Colossus, so he could finish the one, but he can't make any more. Lurker then immediately gets started for Railgun back home. He is taking a third base up here. That's going to come in fairly soon here. And yeah, Colossus Immortal versus Ling Hydra. Oh, are they done? Kind of feel like these Hydras are done, unless they can run inside. They're trying to focus down the Colossus, but no. Warp Prism play. Even that sucker alive already has 8 kills. Everybody goes home. But then that Nydus Worm is going to erupt over here. Is anything going to... I don't feel like the Hydras want to come out of that, so they don't, and Milka has been expanding behind this the whole time. How many Nydus worms have died? Let's find out. 12. 12 Nydus worms have been killed in this game. That's how consistently it's 12 Nydus worms in 15 minutes. That's almost 1 Nydus worm every minute that Railgun has popped up here since the game began. Lurker Den, Idolisk, and since he didn't have the ability to make Nydus worms at minute 1, it's more than 1 Nydus worm every minute that we've been seeing so far. This is insane. Milka maybe considering pushing out here with his Colossus that does have 8 kills. New Robotics Bay coming in. I just think the Lurker response is pretty dang good here out of Railgun. Lurkers are very good against Colossus unless the Colossus have extended thermal lance. And they don't because the Robotics Bay got sniped and he knows that. So they're not going to have it at any time here soon. I can't believe he's brave enough to move out. I would be so worried about more Nydus worms. Honestly, I would toss up cannons. Just like 2 cannons at the spots that Railgun's been doing. Like this I'm talking about here. Like this. Maybe warp in some zealots on top of this, or he has to recall to deal with this 1 Nydus worm. Milka is absolutely under duress here. Is he going to let that finish? He's going to let it finish, and he's going to let whatever wants to come out here come out, and then he's going to kill it, and then kill the Nydus worm. Yeah, I've had that happen to me before. I've thrown up a Nydus, and it seemed like it was free and clear, but as soon as I unloaded my stuff, there was like a ton of mech there and just wrecked the Nydus worm first and then my entire army. It was really well played, actually. It was kind of smart. Hallucinated Phoenix Scout and stuff. But I mean, it's 50 to 30 workers right now. Milka is just down in economy hardcore. He finally has his main base back, which he's needed for quite some time. And it might be too late here. I don't know. I just don't know. Nydus worm coming up, not inside Milka's base this time. Surprisingly enough, the Lurkers are here, though. Ugh. One gets picked off immediately. They don't get any kills whatsoever, but they do reburrow themselves behind the Nydus. Another Nydus worm coming up in case they have to fall back to that one. But we're effectively a 2-base versus a 3-base. Railgun is tossing up a 4th base now. We're kind of in regular, I don't know, kind of in regular mode here for PVZ right now a little bit. Nydus worm, focus down, a couple spines come in, but that's okay. Everybody pulls back to their fallback position. This one getting stabbed at by a couple stalkers here, and that Nydus worm erupted too. Man, I gotta stop saying erupted for murdered, because that's what's happening. The Nydus worms are being killed. Army supply 43 to 36. Milka has a lead right now. Railgun very intelligently pulling back with his Lurkers. Man, that Lurker den looks awesome. Is this just mech? Why does it look different from regular mech? I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. Milka had taken a 3rd base because he's an incredibly good player. That is what we're talking about. It's not safe to do so, maybe, but he knows he needs one, so he's just going to do it anyway and defend it as necessary. He'll see the attacks coming and prepare for them. Is the general concept here. Some lings scouting around. No! No scouting for you in the body. Whoosh. Skid mark left about 20 feet long on that zergling dead body there. 56 to 37 workers. Milka is not working on additional probes right now, though I feel like he kind of should be, but he's pretty well saturated on, yeah, he's saturated on both of his bases, so maybe just preparing for the 3rd base would be the good thing to do here. Spire on the way from Railgun, possibly going to go into Corruptor, assuming he needs that, but it's more of a Disruptor play here out of Milka. He's got more Disruptors than Colossus anyway, in a 2-to-1 kind of a thing. 41 kills on that Immortal, you guys. Immortal might honestly be the best unit in the game. You know how I've seen different casters and players put up their ranked tier list of StarCraft 2 units? I really would put Immortal in S tier, and other stuff would be in there too, but jeez. So many games, Immortals just have upwards of 40, 50 kills, and I mean, one unit. One unit doesn't even cost all that much, honestly. I mean, it costs less than an Ultralisk, and how many times do Ultras get 50 kills? Purification Nova, trying to catch that Lurker. Nice on Burrow there. He doesn't have the Adaptive Talons upgrade, but it's pretty good nevertheless. Nice pickup. Man, this War Prism has been doing work today. He has saved the lives of so many Protoss units. It's actually kind of insane. Vipers coming in probably for Abducts. I'd have to say Abducts are the player. Nice force fields catching some of those Hydras out. He could probably step forward and take down that Spine Crawler, and he is. Vipers don't have a lot of energy. Nova's on top of the Lurkers there. Got to wait for that cooldown to hit them again. Hydras, there's the Abduct on... The Abduct on the Disruptor there. Nicely done. Insta-kill on that. No War Prism pickup for you. Not on that one, at least. Third base happily up and running here. Gas income, and we're pretty much stabilized, I'd say. Milka going for a fourth base. Railgan sucking up energy on those Vipers. Going for a greater spire here at 19 minutes. This is probably getting an epic tag. I don't know who's going to win. I got to feel like, I mean, army supply, look at this, 66 to 68. Worker supply, 58 to 43. Nydus, where I'm trying to come up exactly where Milka has vision of it, and it dies. So, I mean, that counts as resources lost. But, I mean, if Railgun can get Broodlords out, yeah, not a lot of this stuff can shoot up. There are 3 Stalkers. But as far as the Disruptors and the Colossus go, and the Immortals, they're only shooting ground stuff, man. So, Broodlords would be a fantastic answer here from Railgun. These Vipers are hanging out up north. They've got full energy. They're ready to go. 4 basing Railgun, pretty comfortable with stuff. 3 basing Milka, pretty comfortable here too. Honestly, income is definitely favoring Railgun, but I think Protoss can do more with it at this stage. Greater Spire just about to pop. Hallucinated Phoenix scouts on in. Is it going to scout? No, it doesn't actually scout the Greater Spire. That's a problem. You got to know what a Zerg player is up to if you're going to beat them. And if Broodlords show up unannounced, you're kind of just toast. All right, Milka. You got to scout that thing, man. I'm worried about you right now. He doesn't even know there's a Spire. I mean, he knows there's an infestation bit because he knows there's Vipers. But other than that, yeah, look at this. 9 Corruptors on the way. Railgun has a decent bank for Broodlords. He's going to go ahead and make up some more gas here, I have to assume. I'd be surprised if we saw more gas spent in the next couple of minutes. Railgun is expanding down the left side because that's what you do if you're a Zerg player, is expand consistently all the time. Lurkers trying to take down rocks with the assistance of these Zerglings here. Upgrades are pretty minimal. +1 melee attack and +1 missile attack for Railgun. Milka has no upgrades at all. Hang on, did he come in? He did scout the Greater Spire. He saw it. Storm is coming in now. That could be pretty good against Broodlords. Hallucinated Phoenix consistent scouting has been really fantastic. This hatchery is still injured from the attacks of the Immortals like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, 5 Broodlords coming in. There we go. Use that gas bank. Looking fantastic. Army supply 114 to 98, but composition is going to matter a lot here. Storm is done. How many High Templar are there for Milka? 4. There are 4 High Templar done for Milka. Is it going to be enough? I don't know. This is looking really intimidating. The Lings and the Hydras not as much, but the Lurkers, the Vipers, and the Broodlords really fairly intimidating here. Here they come. There are Stargates on the way, but they're not going to be here for this battle. Not at all. Abducting the Disruptor, abducting the Colossus, using the Abduct for what they're supposed to be used for. Army supply 120 to 93. No, Archons don't have time for Storm. We're going to Archon these things up. Storm. Oh, okay, a little bit of Storm there on the Broodlords, but no. Rage quit out on Milka, and Railgun wins that thing in 22 minutes and 56 seconds. The Broodlords were pretty much virtually unopposed there. Everybody is pinned back in. There's still a Colossus involved, but too many Lings. The Lurkers, are they within range of anything? Not really. The Archon's here too. I don't know. I think the major problem here is the Broodlords. He didn't have anything for the Broodlords. He was trying to go for a Tempest, I assume. Maybe at least Phoenix or Void Ray or something. But yeah, I just didn't have enough here and tapped out. It feels a little premature for Milka, but maybe he was just sick of this game. Maybe he was just like, I have been Nydus to absolute death here today. I've killed 17 Nydus worms. 17 Nydus worms. I don't even... But I mean, 2 Nexus is down for Milka, 3 Gateways, Cybernetics Core, Robotics Bay, a Colossus, 2 Disruptors, 10 Sentries. There's a lot of Sentries. None of the Immortals died in this game, you guys. Remember how Immortals don't die? I remember. 4 kills on that Immortal, 2 kills on that Immortal. You guys are lame. Where are the other Immortals? You're not dead. I saw that you weren't dead. Are they not in this battle? Where are they? There we go. 36 kill Immortal. 44 kill Immortal. 36. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about there. But didn't have enough splash damage to deal with the Lings. I don't think that Archon is basically dead based on the shields there. These guys are doing okay. This one's fighting here too. It does feel premature from Milka. It is, the more that I look at it, the more I feel like he could have maybe done it. The Immortals could have wrecked the Lurkers, no problem. As long as they're hitting them directly. And then maybe you can get rid of these Lings and these Hydras. And then once the Lurkers are gone, you kind of Archon down the Broodlords. The Stargates were close. I don't know. I think he felt like he was losing the space, and that was the end of it. But Milka, I don't know. But good game. Good game regardless. That's going to get an epic tag, just nonstop action for pretty much the entire 22 minutes. Absolutely insane stuff from Railgan. Who goes one base, 13-12 into Nydus? Railgan does. That guy. All right, cool. Well, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.